For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below. Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a product that's been very much well known and loved for a few years now from Vango. This here is the Vango Capri. So the Capri carries on forward with the same sort of sizes with the 400XL, 500XL and the 600XL, but there are actually quite a few sort of changes for the 2019 season. Not only one being obviously the colour itself. So for those who don't really know the tent, the joys of it is kind of like a sort of two-ish zone tent with a canopy. So you've got a nice sleeping area and living area at the back, but then you've got an open canopy at the front, which is kind of like a bit of a hybrid. So the main part of it is inflatable. You can initially just sort of peg the main four corners, pump it up, then put the fiberglass pole in, and sort of afterwards it's kind of up really. So you can check out our own Attwoolls pitching and packing video on how quick and easy it really is. I think it took me on my own about sort of 8 to 10 minutes, which for a tent like this, for a weekend or whether a week's camping, it's just beneficial because it saves you so much time when you get there. Generally going forward, like I said, for the 2019 season, it's a bit smarter, the new colour, but more importantly, the fabric's kind of changed really. So traditionally when we talk about fabric, we normally talk about sort of the denier, the sort of weight kind of thickness of the thread that they use. That's now kind of really irrelevant. Main reason because is actually Vango kind of worked with the companies and they've introduced something called colour lock. So it's something that allows the lifespan of the fabric to almost double the length for what it would normally, but also keeps the necessarily the colour from fading. So you get kind of all of the sort of benefits of a higher spec fabric without the weight. So you get enjoy the colour lock. It means your tent's going to be lighter, going to last, well, be the same about weight, but last you about twice as long as longer, and generally, like I said, hold its colour as you would hope it to. Joys of this yet again is the fact that it means that pack sizes are about a little bit smaller for what you would hopefully sort of in ratio to the lifespan you get. You've got a good sort of canopy on this. Like I said, it's a nice fiberglass pole, simply to go through the front. A new change as well is that you have now moved on to webbing storm straps from the front and the back, just to give you a bit more torsion and get that roof looking a lot much nicer as well. Generally, you've still got the Vango airspeed valves, so each beam is done individually, and yet again you've got the ability, if you wanted to get a spare inner tube that will fit in any of the main beams. So that's always something you can check out on our website below. One thing again also that's quite nice is in previous years you've always been able to get kind of porch doors, so the ability to seal this front area up. 2019 they're not doing any porch doors for it as such. The green ones will still fit the same sizes, so you might have a little bit of a mismatch in colour, but who knows what Vango might bring out next year. They might decide actually not making any porch doors is a bad idea and will now produce them. So if you're looking for something that's sealed at the front, that's when you'll probably be looking more down the lines of the Azure or the Valencia, which I really do like. But I think for the price point, it still works really well, especially if you think you're getting kind of more tent for your money now with the colour lock. But generally you've got obviously a nice side door here as well as a bedding area, but we'll talk through a few more features on the inside in one moment. Extra ventilation, again in sort of main living area, so it gives you help to give you a circulation of air, keep it a bit more fresh and airy in the inside. But they've also got now kind of like a sort of straighter construction to make the interior height feel even better than it was before. But let's check that out and talk through a few more features about the Capri on the inside. So now inside Capri, you can kind of get a bit more of a grasp for certainly the depth you've got in the canopy area. Like I said, you can easily get a good set amount of shelter. You could put sort of things like shoes or a cooking stove or something out there in this nice sort of circulation. And one thing again you've also got is the, like I said, your main door can be sealed up, but you've got a mesh door on the front here as well. So you can help with the canopy, you stop the rain coming in, but you can still get the circulation in, so you're not having to sort of worry about sort of the bugs or if you're getting too stuffy inside a tent. That's quite a really good thing, certainly if you look at the weather we had in 2018, it can quite obviously change. Ventilation on top as well, so it helps with circulation to try and also sort of combat condensation. But you also, on low level below every window panel, you've got also low ventilation in there. Again, condensation really is becoming a massive issue, and you certainly see it with sort of little pools and water and things like that. Sort of harvesting itself on the bottom of the beams. But check out our leaking versus condensation video to sort of see what to expect. On the front, PVC windows, really nice crystal clear, and actually slightly thicker fabric as well, which again helps with sort of longevity, not only with the main part of the fabric, but the windows really do help as well. You've also got privacy curtains wherever you've got your windows, so you can necessarily get light in, but when you want to, at night, not wake up and everyone's looking inside your tent. But the curtains as such are toggle up, as we've sort of come to know with the Capri over the years. So you can just unravel it from the little retain at the bottom. Now you've got toggle points at halfway, so you can put it down halfway. Alternatively, you can toggle up right to the top, as I'll do now. And again, just holds it nicely to the fabric, as you can see there as well. Generally, the internal room we're in the 500 here, I think I did a 4 and a 6, sort of sits below and above it. 500 has to be by far probably the most popular size, just because it offers, the space it offers at the front and the canopy, and more importantly, the sleeping area is really decent. You've got the interior height in here actually is quite sort of plentiful as well, considering, the level of footprint, and, and even underneath the beam, I'll be about 6'2", I can stand up there no problem when you get in the corners. Same kind of principle actually, and that's due to these sort of pre-angled beams. It really does help to, like I said, not feel sort of dark and sort of dingy inside of here. The side door, which we saw from the outside, obviously gives you the versatility that you can enter and exit on a nice day. Personally, if it's raining, again, you don't want the water dripping down inside of it. So if it rains, the front door is really going to be your main source of entry and exit. Moving on into the sleeping area, you've got kind of this low cut inner bedroom now. So there's no sort of real big lip in and out from the living area to the sleeping area. Still plenty of height inside of here as well, but you've also got things like a divider. So it's a toggle divider to sort of situate yourself off from one another to get that little bit more level of privacy. But this divider, rather than being on the 5 berth leaf anyway, sort of 2.5 and 2.5, you can reposition this and bring it across to here. So it's kind of a 2 and a 3. And actually, in terms of size-wise, it's kind of a generous size, I think. And with this range, you more happily fit sort of, 2 airbeds and a single airbed in here. You've got kind of a mesh panel to the front of the inner bedroom as well to help with circulation, and again, just give a bit more air into the main part of the living area. One thing also to bear in mind is these little things like storage pockets built into the inner tent. We run along each side of it just to kind of put your keys, phones and things like that, so you're not sort of tripping over them or anything. But you also got Skytrak in the whole of the tent as well. So Skytrak is kind of like a beading system. It's located above here, and it allows you to sort of clip these sky hooks on and create a hanging point pretty much anywhere where there's a beam in the roof or on the back panel here, all the way down. So what a lot of people do is essentially when you've got like a mains hookup and you want to run an electric light from the main part of the light, you've got cable entry points, okay, little zips down the side, and also there's one on the front as well. It just allows you to sort of toggle the cable nice and tight up all the way to the hanging point rather than having to lynch yourself every single time. So, and you also got a slightly darker bedroom as well for 2019. Yeah, I can just hope to give you kind of a better night's sleep and sleeping longer as well. I think certainly that's a real sort of plus point with that. Generally, I said the Capri's been kind of very much a sturdy model for Vango over many years, and these improvements, I think, really kind of helped to solidify itself as a good value, price-pointed tent. Something that's quick and easy. You've got a decent amount of space, something that's perfect for a weekend or even going away for longer periods of time, especially with the new update with the colour lock and obviously making it last longer. But generally, one thing you do find actually is with the Capri is it hits a really good price point, and that's also the bulk of it in terms of size is very ample. So you're not going away, it's not taking a huge amount of room in your car boots. But like I said, some really nice changes for 2019. And I think it's a solid model, and one you'll see again at our indoor display showroom in Gloucestershire. So let us know what you think of this tent. We always do sort of things like interest-free finance as well on these kind of products. You can always check out our website for any details on that. But that's kind of our little video review on the Vango Capri 400, 500, and then also 600XL.